Hey, everybody. Uh, Welcome back. And I'm sorry that I didn't make a few videos in the last couple of days or so. I had my electric panel upgraded. I have a very old house, and my electric panel was really old, and it had like 3 circuits for my entire house. And it's a pretty big house, but because it was built such a long time ago, I guess it had really crappy wiring and all that stuff. So I finally got it brought into the new age instead of the Neanderthal age. So now we have lots of lights and tons of circuits that I can add tons of stuff to. So it's really liberating to know that I can turn on a light without having to worry that something else is going to blow out somewhere. So that's why it's been a little while. So let's start out, and everything looks pretty good. And the reason why I was over here at this tank is I was actually looking, and I don't know if that, I mean, does that mean that those purple guys are finally starting to grow? Is that what I see right there? That looks like it might be a little fresh top coming in. That's awesome. So that's growing, I guess. They all look. There's another guy there that looks kind of good. See, like that too looks like it's growing right there. So these are all growing pretty good. So I'm hoping that we can get back maybe a bunch of, like that guy in the back there, he looks pretty good too. So what I'm hoping is, I hope I can propagate these enough where I could really just get like this tank and that tank over there. This one here too. And that wood didn't sink yet. That's crazy, right? That was weird. That almost seemed like my lights just went on. I thought they were on already, actually, to be honest with you. Anyways, so the plants, those plants are doing pretty good. So hopefully what will happen is I can really propagate those like crazy and replace the ones in my, let me cruise across here. Okay, that was another thing. So all these plants, again, they're just doing so good. Let's go down the rack again. This tank was the one where the cories were growing up, but there's no fish in there. There's just a bunch of shrimp and a bunch of ram's horn snails. That's pretty much it. The only reason why I left it like this is I have to scrape the glass. Obviously, it's pretty disgusting with the algae everywhere, but I wanted to let you can see the roots finally are really coming back. Now, I have to get rid of these ram's horn snails because they really do just kick the shit out of the plants. And I don't care what anybody says, man, they really go at it. I mean, you can see they just eat, see those holes there, they just munch on that stuff. So they're really gotta go. Okay, so then over here, this is the guppy tank, and I know that everyone, I know people can say, oh, you got a lot of guppies in there. I do, and they just don't stop breeding. I don't know what to tell you. They really go bananas. But this also is doing really good, except for, again, I think what's happening in here is you can see that the plants are they're growing. Like you can see those roots shooting down into the ground there, but not a whole bunch, because I think my actual plant that I have here is coming from, I'm sorry, I don't mean to, it's hard for me to tell, but I think this plant here is actually, it's not even, all right, so let's go like this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but this plant here on top, there's actually no plants in this tank here, except for the, there's the wood, and there's that one long strand of a thing there that's not really doing anything. It popped a few root kind of things, but I don't know what's going to happen to it because it doesn't have any leaves or anything on it. And this one here, you can see it's trying to get in there. So I'm going to actually try to put it in the water a little bit here because that'll hopefully get it to shoot some more roots down, because the roots is actually what you really need. I mean, honestly. And I don't know why this one is, that's so weird. This might have been a cutting that I threw in here, and for some reason it looks like it's just, oh, sorry. I'm doing stuff while I'm like pointing the camera. It looks like it's actually growing at both ends, which is kind of weird. So that's that in the Guffey tank. Then down here is the little, this is now the pea puffer guys. That's, oh boy. Oh boy. Come here. Come here. What's the matter? What? What is it? Timmy fell in the well? What? I can't hear you. What do you want from me? What? You want to go outside? Yes? All right, relax. Give me a minute, and as soon as we're done here, all right, calm down. As soon as we're done here, we'll go. All right, calm down. All right, so that is my pea puffer tank. He's gone. No, okay, there he is right there. So one of those guys is hanging out right there. They are just the coolest thing there's in the league right there. He's just hanging out. They are very cool. Very, very cool. They kind of, I don't know, they're kind of like quiet looking. Like, they don't look like they talk too much. Then over here is the original Tories, who are doing really good, thank goodness. They still do pretty good. They look like they're doing good. And also I have some leftover guppies in here, which, I mean, look at the size of that female guppy. I mean, she's huge. There's a lot of them in there. Look at that. I mean, that's a big fish, right? So anyway, so that's that guy. Then we have the 90 here, which is doing pretty nice. Let me back up a little bit. Here's the 90s doing real nice. Now, I wanted to show you this. Was originally a couple of videos back we said about this. You see how green everything is really looking now. And these vines that just, they are just growing like crazy out of this thing. So here's what I wanted to show was, this was the pothos that fell into the tank there, and I don't even want to pull it out now because it's just so entwined in there. But you can see that it's literally going crazy in there, and you can also see how green everything really got. So it's this little contraption here. I'll back up with the planters and stuff is really doing good. And this is the 125. Let me get out of the shadow there. This is the 125. And if we go down, I'll go this way a little bit. This is, these guys also are doing, I call this the cattle farm. Get it? The cattle farm, get it? So these guys are also doing seemingly good. They're doing pretty good in there. Then if we scoot over to here, this is the little Molly tank. And these guys are doing pretty good too. You can see the baby black mollies are really starting to get pretty big. And even the little, those 4 white guys, or at least I hope there's still 4 white. There's one guy right there. That is still in here, I think. I don't know what happens during the middle of the night. Sometimes things happen and fish get eaten. And if you can look down in there, you can see her. She's kind of, I don't want to go too zoomy because my stupid thing sucks. Oh well. There she is. And I haven't really seen her put out a lot of babies or anything lately. Oh, there we go. You saw that, right? You see those 4 guys go flying by, or 3 guys go flying by. So there should be 4 of those little white guys in there. And they're surviving, so that's good. Now, in here, we have... Oh, somebody flew by. I'll even turn this on real quick. I don't really like shocking them with this, but... So in here we got all of these guys. These were the eggs. This is now the last set of eggs that came from those big original Corey guys that are over on the rack there. I don't know if you can see. Maybe in there, but there you can see them in there every once in a while. You see, like, this guy's on the rock there, on the corner of that rock, swimming around. See if I can get in there. Nope. He's back there. There's another dude there. There's another guy right here in the corner. There's another guy over here. So these guys are also doing good. But, of course, the craziest thing is, I don't know if you can see in there. Now, this was just the other day. I did a water change. Of course, that just totally... I'll see if I can get with the light. But there you go. So you see what's going on in there, right? So these guys are all just waiting to pop. Now, what's going to happen is, as soon as they, most of them, because they kind of go in a little stage there, but once the majority of them are wrigglers and squiggling around and stuff for a day or so, we'll feed them a little bit with some, the little first bites or whatever they're called. I think it's called first bites, right? We'll give them a little bit of that. And once they start wriggling around for like a day or so, we'll transfer them then into the actual tank here. And what I like to do is, for a couple of days before that, I'll let the, right now the hose is just hooked up to just right there, air coming in. But what I'll do is I'll take that off and I'll actually put it down on that. And that will start the air up the tube, and it'll slowly drip into here, and then it overflows over there. So I'll put it on so slow that it just literally does one little drop, and eventually it'll start cycling this methylene blue right out of there, and the little wriggler guys will acclimate to the actual tank, and then we'll just drop them right in the tank and they'll grow up in there. And these guys got a little while to go, but eventually they're going to go into the 125. And if we cruise across, also what we're going to do is we are going to do a video of these. I won't get into it too much, but these are decapsulated brine shrimp eggs. Okay? Now, just real quickly, they're just brine shrimp, but you don't have to hatch them. They're just right before they hatch. They're processed in a way that takes off the hard shell and just leaves the, I guess, I don't want to sound too crazy, but, and also I don't know for sure, this is just me kind of guessing, but it just leaves the embryonic sac of the egg. So the shrimp is not actually hatching and using the energy of the egg sac to start its life out. And so what the logic is, your fish is now getting the benefit of that extra energy and protein in that egg sac that would normally be first used by the shrimp to live, and then your fish would eat the shrimp anyway, which I guess really is the same, it's pretty close, but okay, so you're going to get a little extra energy. So we've been trying to now, I'll make a whole video about it, I guess, at a later date, but I got to say, right now, I've been, so far, so good. Here is the 135 that we fixed, and of course I think Out of all the, it's hard to say. Out of all the tanks, though, this one is doing pretty good, and I'll tell you why. Because if you notice, the roots of these plants have, I don't know, I thought the mollies were gonna really just kill these roots here, which I thought they did actually the last time. But if you notice, like if I come up to this one right here where these guys are, see all those little hairs coming off of that root? That's kind of surprising, because usually as soon as those little hairs start sprouting, they eat them. You know what I mean? But they seem to be doing pretty good. And if you also look, some of these really, like that one right there, you can see it's just wants to get into the ground. You know what I mean? Once it starts getting into the ground, then you have a great, see, like on this side right here, I would say that once these things start getting in there and start digging in the dirt, those roots, yeah, then you got a really good, root system going, because that stuff is going to suck all of that, whatever you call it, malm or whatever. It's going to feed off of that stuff like crazy. So right now, these guys they all seem to be doing good. I don't know where our little buddy is. Usually he's hanging around the bubble thing. I don't know where he is today. I hope we don't see him dead somewhere, but nah, he should be pretty good. He's always around town here. And he's growing up pretty big, man. I gotta say, he's getting it. There he is. Let's see if I can find him back there. There he is. I think he's starting to think that he's a molly. You know? I think he's starting to think he's a molly. So that's those guys. Then in the middle here, we got our Misfits. And they're doing really good too. And the two Silver Dollars. Silver Dollars are very unsociable. But otherwise, and they're getting a little frisky here. Okay, I have to go let my dog out because he's having a heart failure. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for coming by.